Hey guys, Love Star Jill here at Showball Gaming, and this is Star Trek Resurgence for the PS4. Yeah, so last episode, of course, we had a little incident with our crew members that were on the hold. They got hurt. One of them got hurt, or in fact, the other guy we ran got hurt. I have checked some of the trophies. If you don't want no spoilers, don't do that. Because they do have at points you make decisions in the game, and I realize you got to play multiple times or know when they happen. Do it. So let's continue. Price of duty.
Millie. I'm good. I'll leave with him.
Of course, our security person there. Ooh, it's nasty.
Medical. Got one wounded at my location. Carter. You don't look so great.
Baby, I look great. I'll make tonight.
You gotta be more careful. I just got here. I'm not ready to see you two get blown to space dust just yet.
Okay.
Now let's get you down to sick bay.
Great.
Of course, we want to get the captain's orders, so we might see some fallout from that with her.
Status report.
The repair crew made it inside. EPS flow is back to nominal levels. The SIP
back up.
How does this affect mission readiness, Mr. Hermot?
Releasing the docking clamps using hull polarity minimized damage to the Resolute. We'll have some last-minute repairs to make, but if we reapportion some of the staff, we can make our departure on time. As of now, however, we are successfully moored to the station.
Good to hear. Send updates to my ready room. Commander Rydick, with me.
Oh, crap. Minimal damage, sir. Is this where you're going to yell at me?
You disobeyed my orders.
Yes, sir, I did.
Well?
Respectfully, Captain, I made the right choice given the
You
information I had.
disobeyed my orders! And not just in front of the bridge crew, but the Starbase staff as well. That's going to get around. My name's already tarnished around the fleet. But what is it going to do to my credibility on this ship? From the top to the bottom. Bridge to lower decks.
I understand, sir. It won't happen again.
I should hope not. You might have won some fans on the bridge with that stunt, but not everyone. Lieutenant Commander Chobak has already bent my ear.
I'm sure he doesn't take it personally. He'll get over it in time.
Mr. Chobak is more complicated than he would want to admit. I guess we
He is a Vulcan, sir. And everyone knows a Vulcan keeps this permanent stick up their
being
booty.
honest, not sure what I would have done in the moment either. You never really know if you weren't in those shoes. So, let's just boil it down to you did what you had to. That'll have to be good enough for me.
You placed
A lot of trust in me, bringing me here. I feel like I've let you down.
I brought you here for a reason. I'm still sure it was the right one. Despite it all, we got our final Starfleet clearance to depart. So if you'll fetch Mr. Hermot, we'll knock out the final details of any outstanding repairs, and we'll set out for Hatari.
Yes, sir.
All due respect, sir, though, minimal damage to the ship. Means we get out faster.
All departments reporting full mission readiness.
Where's our fucking crew?
We've got our full complement on board.
This is my favorite moment, right now.
The start of a new mission is always full of possibility.
The Orion Syndicate sells as a drug.
Don't let the Admiralty hear you say that.
Captain on the bridge. Sit. Sit, everyone. You all know, I'm not big on speeches. We're embarking on the first mission since our refit. Let's make it a good one. Disengage docking clamps.
Docking clamps released.
Thrusters ahead, Mr. Handar.
Thrusters at 1/4 impulse. They are cleared.
Prepare to go to war base.
Aye, Captain.
You know what? You take this one.
Me? Engage.
Simple, but effective.
Easy. Thank you. I'm fine. Really, you don't...
What's your level with that, girl? That don't look good. It looks like it says red. Just gotta have a deuteronium or something like that. Oh, that wasn't Maxwell. Did this seems to collapse? Won't do us no good if you see it now.
Well, that was quite a scare. A few minutes more and it would have been one of the shortest tenures on record for a first officer.
Is that the engineer that was out on the hull?
That storm did a real number on him, but he'll live. Just needs rest. You should worry about yourself. Your deuterium levels got dangerously low and stabilized your cell structure.
This is definitely one of the more memorable first days I can think of.
My name is Dr. Aram Duval, Chief Medical Officer. To be honest, I've never met a cold.
You're rare. I know.
I was going to say special. Your people's numbers have dwindled, despite the Federation's efforts to find a more readily available alternative to the deuterium you need to survive. Yet you joined Starfleet and managed to thrive.
This voice is
Imagine
familiar.
responsibility must be overwhelming. Maybe even a burden at times.
It does make me unique, but it's not a burden at all. I'm honored to be Kobliad, to represent my people.
As you should be. And don't worry, I won't treat you like a science experiment. I just do the science and leave the experiments to Solano.
You don't agree
She's a
with his
lieutenant
methods?
commander. That's
I don't agree with his
interesting.
definition of acceptable risks.
Lieutenant commander and
Lives of your
doctor
crew are at
looks
stake.
like an
My
older
professional
member of the
opinion is that
crew.
the accident took a toll. More than he's willing
So I
to admit.
wonder why she's been held back.
Overstressed, operating in the pressure cooker of his own mind, which is never a good headspace when the lives of your crew are at stake. What concerns me is that now he's even further away from the thing he's been chasing his entire career. Breakthrough discovery. A major innovation. Something he can put his name on. The more the time passes and the further out of reach it gets, the more risk he'll be willing to take.
I hear you. But that's my job, isn't it? To make sure that doesn't happen. And we don't lose sight of the bigger picture.
Which is exactly why I'm so glad you're here. We need you now more than ever. And I have to give you credit for what happened on the bridge. It took guts to defy a direct order.
I guess word travels fast around here.
It's a small ship, and everyone's curious about the new XO. The cell structure's almost completely stabilized. And I'll spare us both the lecture, but I do feel it's my responsibility to remind you, without regular infusions of Duridium, you will not live. It's as simple as that.
Understood.
And my work here is done.
I'm about to say she does with the hair, man. The bonus do, but no, she just got short hair.
Lieutenant Bedrosian.
I came to see if you were okay.
Okay. We were all pretty worried on the bridge. No one knew what was happening. I'm feeling much better. Thank you. It's just part of who I am. You don't have to explain to me. I understand. I'm just glad you're okay. You trusted me earlier with the shields, and I appreciated that. I want you to know that I have your back. Thank you.
I'm curious that the doctor we just got something with. Dr. DeWall was impressed by Jara's sense of responsibility to the crew and was encouraged to see her thinking independently when she defied Captain Solano's orders. So she... for her safety. Okay, it's nothing changed here. But we did take a big risk when we defied his orders, but I don't... If he wanted someone to just bark and follow orders, I mean, that's... No matter what it is, it's not right. It's part of a XO's job to question, you know, keep the captain in ship. If it's not the right... Oh!
A couple of times to see you already. Be brief.
Miranda.
It's good to see you awake again.
Oh,
I was starting to get worried. Not that you aren't in good hands with Dr. Duvall. You did take one hell of a shot, though.
So, be honest. How bad do I look?
You look... rugged.
Rugged?
Okay, how about heroic? Millie was looking in on you too, by the way. But since it's just us right now, I had a chance to think about this while I was away. And I thought it was important that I just come out and tell you, instead of tiptoeing around it.
Now, this is just a guess, but you like me. Is that what this is?
How'd you know? Must have been pretty obvious. Which is funny, because it kind of came out of nowhere for me, at first.
Well, you know, I was hoping.
I guess that makes this a little easier to say. We've been really good friends for a long time. I want to see if there's more between us than just being friends.
You don't have to explain it. I feel the same way. There is something between us.
So, do you want to find out what that something is? If it's there for you, and it's there for me, why not give it a try?
Are you kidding me? I just said yes.
I wanted to be sure I heard that right.
Sorry to interrupt, but...
Doctor, Miranda was thrilled to learn Curtis for her lean toward the romantic as she looks forward to seeing where this relation might go. A lot further this doctor doesn't interfere, man.
Of course. I'll see you again soon.
Approaching the rendezvous point outside Atari space. Helm, bring us out of warp. Dropping to impulse.
That is pretty good one.
Ionic interference surging, Captain.
We can take it.
We are at the correct coordinates to meet the shuttle.
Commander Rydek, find us our diplomat, if you will.
Aye, Captain. Let's reduce the noise. Filter out environmental signals. I can manually tune what's left for Federation signal types. I've located the shuttle. Opening comms.
On screen.
Problem
Shuttle to Resolute. Shuttle to Resolute. Debris field. Lost maneuvering.
That's not good at all.
I can't get it any clearer. Won't get a transporter lock. It's just not happening.
Power up the tractor beam. We'll pull them directly into the docking bay. Diaz, you good to run the tractor emitter?
Yes, sir.
Yep, even an instant outrings you, yes.
I'm sure.
You're a cadet outrings, to be fair.
Come on, Diaz.
Yeah, remember DS being enlisted, anyone that's not that's an officer outrings us. Okay, so let's stabilize. Yeah, Excelsior. That's oh, we're pointing at asteroids.
We're pulling in debris. I'm on it.
Okay.
That's gonna take out the shuttle. Here's the bridge. There's a large piece of debris headed for the shuttle. The tractor beam can't handle it.
Can our
It's
shield...
not like that much different in size. If you looked at the
Commander
image.
Rydek, plot an intercept course.
On it.
Plot intercept.
Here we go. Maneuvering thrusters bearing 53 Mark 17. 200 meters on an intercept course.
Maneuvering.
Someone's working hard on the bridge.
That should be our ambassador. Very iconic Star Trek figure.
Terra firma, so to speak.
But not learning anymore, just what the fuck sounds like him. The only thing that looks wrong is the haircut. He looked older on when he was on TNG.
That was a bumpy ride. Are you all right, sir?
There are some elements of space travel that I would prefer to have left in my youth, but I am at present unharmed by the ordeal. It appears I have you to thank for my safe arrival. Your assistance arrived not a moment too soon, if I may say so.
All in a day's work, Ambassador. This is what I'm here for.
Quite dutifully. We thought we were prepared for our arrival in Hotari space, but it is evident my craft was not sufficiently robust for such intense ionic activity.
The storm has been pretty intense.
There was an element that was most unusual. Before you came to our aid, our maneuvering thrusters and impulse engines were rendered inoperable, so we attempted a short traversal at warp speed, only to find that we could not achieve warp at all, even though our diagnostics computer showed no faults or anomalies.
That's interesting.
What do you make of that? All indications say that warp speed is possible, but in practice, we find it is not.
Well, this storm is one of the strangest phenomena we've ever encountered. It's disrupted other systems. Who knows what it might do to a warp drive?
Yes, with further investigations called for.
Take readings, run some additional diagnostic checks. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Quite logical. Petty Officer...
Carter Diaz. Sir.
Thank you.
Ambassador Spock.
So we just Ambassador Spock was impressed by Carter's skilled use of the tractor beam to rescue his shuttle, and he was struck by Carter's modesty and work ethic. Cool.
I'm honored to have you aboard. I'd like to get right to it. We're already behind.
Can't tell if Ryek was with him there. We feel like that's what she should be. It's our ambassador aboard. I was gonna say Spock would be fair being about, I mean, iconic ambassador for sure. That's at the conference room. Oh, she's here.
Ambassador Spock, my senior staff. It's not every day that a captain gets to welcome a Starfleet legend aboard.
You flatter me, Captain Solano. But legend implies the past tense, whereas I am very much focused on our present circumstances.
I didn't mean to suggest you were stuck in the past. You're right, Ambassador. Not the most diplomatic choice of words.
You are a legend, Ambassador. There's not an officer in Starfleet that doesn't know of your career.
I would never assume that to be the case.
We were hoping you could fill us in on the details. We got the basics from Starfleet. Two formerly peaceful neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Combination and
the tension between them grows fiercer by the hour.
Seen it so many times in the series.
Lydia and Hotari. The Lydians are the more advanced species. They made first contact with the Hotari over a century ago. This is Tau, the Hotari moon. It is rich in dilithium, and for decades, the Hotari and the Lydians have shared a mining operation there.
The Elydians provide the technological resources, while the Hotari have served as the labor force. The stability of that arrangement was the source of their peace, until recently. The Hotari have suddenly and forcefully seized control of the mining operations and expelled the Elydians from their system. That is the official story, as told by the Hotari when they requested Federation mediation. But the details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.
Have the Elydians retaliated against the Hotari, or taken any action against them?
Surprisingly, they have not yet responded in kind. They were open to a Federation presence, but it is unlikely the relatively primitive Hotari forces would stand a chance against the Elydian fleet in open war. Left unchecked, this conflict will result in more bloodshed, which is what we are here to prevent.
And the dilithium trade hangs in the balance.
Clearly the Hotari have been exploited in this relationship.
Maybe we can persuade them peace is the more profitable alternative for everyone. They both profited from the mines. And for the Hotari, something is better than nothing. Peace is our objective, after all.
If we could convince them, it would restore the peace. But we would need the Hotari to accept a difficult compromise.
Made all the more difficult by the emotions flaring on both sides, no doubt.
Neither the Elydians or the Hotari are members of the Federation, so we can't make them do anything.
There is an additional complicating factor I should mention. In the past, the Federation has relied on the Elydians as a source of dilithium.
That certainly changes things.
Yep.
The Federation sources its dilithium from a lot of places.
Yeah, and this is one of them. We could use that as leverage with the Elydians. They'll want the Federation to continue buying from them.
There might be something to that, Commander.
Putting that on the table could make the Hotari more hostile.
Given the Federation's involvement in the Elydian dilithium trade, Captain Solano and I must make every effort to appear neutral in these negotiations.
What worries me is if this whole thing unravels and we're at the mercy of the storm at less than full strength.
We can't let it come to that.
Considering what the ion storm has done to our ship, and the Ambassador's shuttle, we have to assume the Elydian fleet has had problems with it as well. This recent surge in the energy disturbance temporarily levels the playing field.
Commander Westbrook is correct. The energy anomalies around the Hotari systems have been noted in the past.
If it's keeping the two sides talking instead of shooting at each other, that actually helps us negotiate a peace.
And we'll take advantage of that as long as it works in our favor.
And when it doesn't?
All the more reason to learn as much about it as we can while we are here. We do not want to be caught unprepared should the energy anomaly continue to fluctuate. So I trust we understand our circumstances.
We're operating on a strict timetable here, and we're going to be leaving for the negotiations shortly. Commander Westbrook, I want you to leverage our systems to investigate the anomaly from here while we're gone.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you all.
Dismissed.
I want to speak to both of you privately.
Okay, hold on. One UTAD reactioner. Ambassador Spock told Shara's support of Captain Solana and distinct perspective on the dynamics of the Hotari-Elydian conflict during the mission briefing. I gotta run to the bathroom real fast. Get something to drink and I'll be right back. Give me a few minutes.
Ambassador Spock, I'd like to make a formal introduction. My first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
Commander, as you are aware, there are limits to what Captain Solano and I can do in our official capacity as representatives of the Federation. But someone in an unofficial capacity, your first officer, for example, would not be bound by those restrictions. Commander Rydek could ingratiate himself to certain parties behind the scenes, where they may be more candid in revealing information that could lead to a resolution.
She certainly knows how to say the right things. At least when she wants to.
I'm perfectly happy to work outside the lines.
And by extension, you will be doing your duty, Commander.
Just not too far outside the lines. Well,
And Spock like that. I guess he's used to cowboy diplomacy though. And that's what they called him when he was on Unification.
The prospect for peace may very well
Kirk often did it. Gotta be careful when they're doing. We don't want to go too far, but obviously may have to at times. Quite outside. It's a little laggy at times, notice. So. I think I'm gonna take this opportunity to say I want to stop for a while. Much like, but subscribe to those comments. I'll see you next time. Spock also noted George possibly had to 1% of her backhand mission of